Gives me goosebumps. 24 hours before the 24 hours. There's the couch. Is that Leah on there? I don't even know.
What you doing?
Opening up.
What'd you bring us?
Opening up presents. I don't know. It's whatever Santa brought.
Oh. Ooh, we got lights.
Yeah, so here you guys see, we like the whole camera equipment that we use for Hell and Back, we at this point all rented. We started off earlier Hell and Backs where we all brought our own camera gear, combined it and made it work. But we learned that it's so much nicer that if everybody shoots on the same camera, because it just gives you so much more of a movie flavor. And also the camera equipment we rent is super, super powerful at night, which makes for the best night wheeling footage out there. I don't want to clap my own shoulders here, but I don't think anybody has night wheeling content better than what we have during Hell and Back. Like what you saw in Arizona and what you're about to see here, mwah, crystal clear. I would almost say the night wheeling footage is more clear and sharper than the daytime wheeling footage. It's unreal. It's unbelievable what these cameras can do, and the lenses that we buy, that we rent for them and all that. Like we obviously set it up for that, and then bring lighting and all of this stuff to make the nighttime footage really shine.
We have lights. Lights?
We now have lights.
Nice. Awesome.
No, I bet you.
Right, so much stuff.
For rental?
Is it just all rented?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love these little things. Awesome.
But to buy all of this is probably $60,000-$70,000.
Yeah.
$60,000-$70,000 worth of equipment. So if we would buy just the rented footage, obviously we still use our own stuff. Drones and GoPros and SD cards and all that comes from us. But just the equipment we rent is like $65,000 to $70,000 worth of equipment. Just FYI. Oh, that's a good question right here. Tank Hatcher. Is the event free for participants or is there an entrance fee? No, it is completely free. If you get chosen for Hell and Back, it's not only free, but we basically cover, we cover park fees, we cover camping fees, we cover food, we cover midnight snacks, we cover drinks, we cover coffee. Obviously swag on mass. Everybody got a really cool swag pack this year. These jackets right here. Unfortunately, I tried to talk to Smitty Build to make us some more of these jackets to sell to you guys, but they said they were so expensive to make, and Smitty Build is not a jacket, company. So for them, it's just a lot of work, and also it's just expensive to make. So unfortunately, that didn't work out, and we keep those exclusive to the drivers. But every driver also got a jacket like this. Media team did too. So it's absolutely 100% free. Same with Rain or Rocks. We do not charge for any of our events. If you're part of the party and you're willing to risk your equipment and your sanity to come to our events, you're being well taken care of.
Right, I don't know what the track is out here. Is this like a put your
Here we go. So this is not even this is not the first trail. This is the end of the first trail, I think. That's how you could describe it. It's the end of the first trail. And trust me, people, video does not do this justice at all. Not at all. Not even standing, and this is the first hill I've ever seen where standing on the bottom doesn't look as crazy as standing on the top. Usually you're at the bottom of the hill, you look up and you're like, oh my god, this is insane. But on this one, it was the opposite way. For some reason, walking all the way to the top and looking down gave you the real perspective.
As hard as you can kind of deal, or is it something like you kind of bump your way from section to section?
Eugene is definitely your that's murder right there.
Eugene, are you gonna go? You'll probably try straight, right? See how you feel.
Hanging out.
All right.
He's gonna be the last guy in line.
Oh, that's right. So I know Paul and I talked about we're gonna do the zigzags.
So what he's talking, that's TJ, by the way, one of our fantastic trail guys and spotters. So on this one, there are three different lines on this obstacle, on this wall. Line number one is shoot it this way. The thing is, what you don't see behind this rock, it's a I would like it's a 90 with an undercut on the bottom to get up it, and it ends in a V-notch. So your front tires don't really have traction or only bite on the outside, and you really gotta want it. And just making it there is a nightmare because there are boulders and diff catchers everywhere. So this line completely crazy and really like just gnarly. Then so line number 1 is right here. Line number 2 is drive up here, and then here's a huge rock slab that's straight up. So you drive up here, you work your way over here, you do basically a 90-degree turn, which easier said than done. If you have rear steer, different story maybe, but even then it's really sketchy because there's not enough space for a rig up there. So you turn and you are completely lean downhill. And we're standing far away from the obstacle. This is a steep, deep drop, and you come up and you somehow maneuver your way and sidewall this hill, which is really, really sketchy. And then you make it to here. And then you have a huge drop off here that ends up in this line, and you have to make it around the corner and come back up here. And this is even in rear steer, super, super sketchy. So from what I've heard is like some people even people with rear steer drive it, put their front bumper against this tree and spin. And as they're spinning, basically work their way around to make it around this turn. Unbelievably sketchy, completely insane. Now the third line is the hero line. The third line is completely out of this world crazy. Again, this is already steep. There's about, I don't know, not even enough space. There's enough space for a front axle between this ledge and this ledge. And this is straight up 90 degrees right here. And this is as tall as a person. And then you continue going up steep stuff. So basically, absolute hero balls to the wall line is going straight up this way, which I would have never thought is possible. So yeah, this is something else. And yeah, very, very, very insane.
Watch the ledge, turn, and go up.
Okay.
That's the most easily driven line.
Yeah.
Okay.
This head-on stuff, you gotta have a ton of horsepower, or it's gotta be traction.
You also can go straight on this side too. When there's tons of traction, people go up that double hump.
Oh well, Matt with the rock bouncer will probably give that a try.
Going up here,
Yeah.
plenty of race. If you bounce too far right, you're going up over backwards.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to hit it like at like an angle.
Super high consequent
towards the tree.
obstacle.
Yeah.
Any line,
Yeah.
any of the
Crazy.
three lines,
Up and
major,
then go.
major
Yeah.
The other line
consequence.
is go walk it. You go up the side, hit the ledge essentially,
A lot of guys go way
slowly
over.
wiggle you around
And then
sideways, come across
that, turn up
the ledge, hug the tree with your driver tire, and turn up. And as you go around that corner, you're gonna feel your whole ass end.
Like you can just see it on my face. Like I didn't even see the line. I was trying to imagine what he was telling me. I was like, no.
Yeah, it's over. Just line yourself
It'll
up.
actually slide itself automatically.
Yeah.
We keep going back and forth. I want to try one of these times. Take the front end out and just take the rear out and just hold my.
Yeah, and like you even TJ is like, this is his home park. He's there all the time. This guy here, the trail guy, spotter, and like even he hasn't done all the lines yet. And as you can see, this whole area is cleared out because like Field and Forest puts out like shootout events on this hill. So like this is the stuff that, I mean, just not. It's so far above our heads. Hey guys, go lay down. Go lay down. Go on the couch. Dogs start playing like crazy
Around the
next to
corner.
me.
I actually got screwed up last weekend. I didn't slide as far as I need.
All right, first take on this. What you got?
Man, it's gnarly. It's a lot worse than it looked in video. So it's definitely. I don't know what's sketchier. Like everybody says that the easier line is on the left side and then side hilling and then turning into the hill, which looks.
For rear steer, that's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But for
Drag axle.
yeah,
Yeah, and a stick, and I drive a manual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But buggies, they're
I
all
hate
buggy
I'm
guys.
just gonna try to bump it and see what happens first.
personally, I'd put tires on that and
Yeah.
try that
When
first.
you put tires on it, you'll go, oh shit, this doesn't feel like I thought it was gonna feel.
Yeah, probably. Huh? Let me go like.
What's that?
Videos definitely do not do
This
this.
doesn't-
There's Leah,
That is all.
and she's awesome. Videos don't do it justice. This is so above our heads.
But in person, This is like what sucks.
That's the hardest part about doing this, is making it look as hard as it really is.
The view to prove how bad this is standing right at the exit.
All right, what we have behind us is a natural boulder in the wild, all right? If you look over my shoulder, you can see how dangerous it really is. Might not be translated on camera, actually, but it's pretty freaking steep.
Yeah.
I think that route and
Yeah, there you see the start. And like again, cameras don't do it justice at all. Man, this is so long and so gnarly and so steep. Like it doesn't do it justice at all. It's crazy. I hope in the final product it'll do it a little bit more justice than this, but oh man.
Like this, and your driver car actually climbs here.
okay.
Need you some BFG shoes.
Look at that. Like I can hardly walk this.
Oh, this is really a lot steeper from up here.
Indeed. It's definitely in perspective from up
Wow.
here. The first time I ever saw this was from up here when we bought the place. I had never even seen this trail until we bought the place, and I'm like, oh, this is what we bought.
That's
Oh,
Bob,
snap.
the owner of the park.
You're first, so
Get your pink helmet out.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know. My Jeep is like great for technical rock crawling, but really steep stuff, it just unloads.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
It just
I remember
doesn't.
you saying that in the last year's video.
Yeah, and it really is the case. It really is
So
frustrating.
we just went to the first.
I want to I don't want to talk my way out of things and whatnot, but like the Jeepster hates steep climbs like that. As long as it's something where the front tires have something to grab over, I'm somewhat okay. But stuff like this, it cannot stand. It starts bouncing. It starts unloading. The suspension is made for technical rock crawling, and this is not an excuse. It's not set up correctly. It really isn't the way it should be. Ideally, the suspension is not great. But in order to change it, it would be a full rebuild. Like everything would have to be changed. So I know its limits, and that's definitely some of it. Like
that we're thinking about starting with. And from a camera perspective, from the operations side, we've got to have the ability to be able to capture wide on everything, and then also keep everybody safe at the same time. And that is a gnarly first hill, but has some really nice shots. So what do you look for, Garrett, when you're trying to set up your shot?
jalapeno.
Depth of field. Well, because the problem is like that hill is a perfect example of it's huge. It's like, I don't know, 12 feet tall, probably 14 feet tall,
I'd say more
15.
than that, yeah.
But it doesn't look that way, like even low
Yeah.
angle looking up. So
that'd
in
be another-
perspective
Like per
of like
obstacle, like
per
10 to 12
obstacle,
feet, yeah.
And then where the Jeep lands, it looks kind of tiny. That and being intuitive of where the Jeep's going to go, like knowing their line.
That's the thing. So the
not only
media
do you have
team,
the-
the media team really has to think their way into it, and really has to understand the dynamic of a trail and of an obstacle, where to stand, where to be, have an exit strategy if things go south, where to run to. All of this stuff that's why these track walks are so important to us.
But you also have that driver mentality of knowing what line they're going to take so you can get
Get out
to
of the
them
way.
and then get out of the way.
Yep.
Lord of the Rings. Look how cool this place is, man.
Like this is one of those spots where the rock bouncer has a shot at it with this extra long wheelbase and lots of whoop out.
I don't know if you guys could hear what Bob just said from top of the hill. 2 people in the history of this entire park have ever climbed this obstacle, and it was bone dry when they did so.
We had a guy roll.
Oh, Tank Hatcher, sorry, I missed your question. Where's Andrew? Was he there? No. Andrew, another thing I told you guys earlier, how everything changes days before. Andrew, as you guys know, Andrew works for HP Tuners, and somebody within the company quit, and they had bought a booth for a large expo, for a huge convention somewhere, for several thousands of dollars, like tens of thousands of dollars, And the guy that quit, somebody needed to replace him. So Andrew was the next guy in line, and he was pulled, and he couldn't make it to hell and back. So it is what it is. Jobs first, obviously. So like absolutely fine. Like I mean, it wasn't great to not have him there. I love having Andrew there, and he is such a character for us as well. And like just his temper is so great and just so full of energy. I love having him there. Unfortunately, it didn't work out this time. So it is what it is. Oh, Max Whitty, thanks for your donation. 4Wheel Parts checking in. That's awesome. We got for the local guy, the manager of the local 4Wheel Parts. That's freaking sweet. Jack to Jeep, what's up?
And there was one of those.
So again, just to recap, 2 people in the history of Field and Forest have ever climbed this obstacle, and it was bone dry, which it sure wasn't here. Like where I am standing right here is swamp.
Sticking out, and his hood was impaled by the stick sticking.
Oh yeah, and somebody apparently rolled on it and got the hood got impaled by one of the sticks that was standing out from this tree right here. Crazy. So.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, and one of the guys that made that, like Bob, like you said, will be here tomorrow.
I'm gonna lose my teeth coming down here.
What are you nervous about on this one?
It's rough.
Well, you need to do
Coming
that
down
so
this
that you're smarter,
Yep.
so that you can.
That's just, it's not that big of a rock.
That's what it comes down to.
Not until you're
That where
sideways coming
TJ is
down it.
standing above Leah, right here is where you're gonna have your driver tire. Actually, a little over, and then you come down it, and it goes down where Leah is. A drop off is. I don't know if the camera shows it, but this is where Leah is standing. Is just the first out of several steps down a hill, and then on this side right here is a huge drop off that continues. So, oh my God, scary, scary, scary stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to. You don't need to do that to get past it, but this tree, you got to look forward. You always have to look forward at the next. You have to compromise sometimes your line on one thing because you're too compromised on the next thing.
It's deceiving. It doesn't feel as bad dropping your front end off of this because your past.
But it looks dramatic as shit.
Yeah, and then your ass kind of kicks over a little bit, and then your back kind of
When you're
kicks
done
over.
with that, you're
Yeah,
sitting
see,
like this,
there
and
you
you're
can
looking
see
down.
it a little bit. The video again doesn't do it justice as always, but like you drop down again. This tree right here, you're gonna kiss hard, and if this tree wouldn't be here, it's a big drop off right here. Like there's nothing right here. Video right here, the way the angle is, doesn't show it, but there is a whole bunch of nothingness right about here.
What am I doing here?
I posted this as a picture the other day. Remember that? If you need this go around, turn back now. This trail gets much harder. So it's not already been super freaking gnarly and super intense. You come across a sign like this, like you're sweating, you're full of adrenaline, you're sleep deprived, you're completely at the end with everything, and then you see a sign like this. And you're like, oh God, no.
All these chumps out here are just like, I'm gonna use my hands to get up here. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna get up there plus equipment.
Yeah. Don't worry about carrying, 8 to 12 pounds.
Again, right here, like you come up this obstacle, you somehow make it up these man-tall boulders. Right here is a cliff. You come off this the wrong way through this crawl right here, and you're done. Like this is a huge drop-off.
All right, Gary, what have we seen so far?
Well, I think we walked through a portal and got transported back into probably either the Jurassic period or Lord of the Rings time frame, Middle Earth, basically.
Yeah.
I think that's where we landed.
Everybody had the same vibes. All of us had these like super like Lord of the Rings fairy tale vibes out of this place. I mean, it is so cool. And one of the most scenic and toughest trails we skipped in all of this. You haven't even seen. So like you didn't see the first trail. You saw the end climb, the big hill climb. Then you didn't see what was after you came out on top. And then you didn't see a very long, really rowdy trail after that. And then it picked back up. So, like, this is no spoiler. It's just a little spoiler maybe here and there, but you still haven't seen the majority.
There's not a bad shot.
Yeah.
So I'll say that.
There's not a bad shot. There you go.
But it doesn't capture it, so it sucks. So when you watch it, it's not really gonna.
It's not gonna do it justice.
It's just not gonna do it justice.
Come out here and support them. Field and Forest, New Hampshire. It's a great freaking place. In fact, we're going to come back and potentially do something else not related to off-roading because of how pretty.
So our media team was so blown away by the scenery at this place that they said, you know, they all do other projects too. They're not full-time Flex Rocks and Oliver's cameramen, obviously. So they all have their own video business or whatever. And all of them agreed that they want to shoot something there. They want to shoot like a short film or something. They all said, man, this place has such a vibe. Like, they have to come back to it. Hobbit's Hell. There you go, Leo. That's a good one, too.
This place is.
So that's trail 2 of 4.
Yeah. This was only 2 of 4, okay.
Well,
yeah.
4 available to you that I think are the best options through the property. And what you run,
Yeah.
until you run out of time.
Exactly.
And if anybody wants to stick around Sunday and get to see more of the property on a casual level, then welcome to do that too.
Absolutely.
I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. All right, so little sneak peek to say that. That's really all it was. Little sneak peek, little preview, little taste of what's coming on Sunday. Obviously, not everything that you saw in this video will be in that video. Like, again, you guys wanted longer episodes. We're going to show you guys a little bit more than usual, so you'll have more Hell and Back content than usual, most likely. Can't promise everything yet, but most likely. So, yeah, you would like all of this will be in this season, but not everything in the first episode, obviously. Michael Jonas, sun goes down the northeast. It don't get dark. It gets dark as fuck. That is true, man. It is true. It is. This place is. Yeah. It's dark. It's dark and grimy and like a nightmare fairy tale. Really, that's the best way to put it, man. That really is the best way to put it. That's also one of the reasons why Gabe is just like the voice that you hear. Gabe is like, I told him, put your meanest fairy tale voice on, like act like the old grandpa that tells his grandchildren a scary story around the bonfire. That's the vibe that we need. So, yeah. I hope that this comes across at least a little bit. Again, pictures don't do it justice. Please, guys, if you ever get the chance to wheel Field and Forest, please do so. Like, it is also one of the cleanest parks I have ever been to. I'm telling you guys, I did not find a cigarette butt in this entire place. It was spotless. From camping to shower houses to the trails, you will not find a piece of garbage on this entire property. It was so pleasant to see. Those guys, Liza and Bob, take fantastic care of this place, and the people that wheel there consider it their second home and really, really take care of it. Every single person that does. It's really, really cool to see. So I can only encourage you guys, go check out Field and Forest and go wheel there. And but please remember, and I also say that in the next episode, the green trails at Fields and Forest, the green trails, meaning the access trails to get from trail to trail, require a minimum of 33-inch tires, lockers front and rear, and a winch. That is the green trails on this property. So after green, we got green, blue, black, and red. We drove reds. Lonnie, come here. Don't be whiny. Come up here. Come. No? Okay, then don't. Just whiny dogs. That's what happens when I bring the dogs on you. Come here. Mr. Frank is not whiny. Frankie, come here. There we go. So, yeah, so much to that. It is a really rowdy property, and like you guys won't be disappointed, and it is worth the drive. It is 100 acres, and here's another little cool little secret that I can tell you guys. This place is only 100 acres, which is nothing. Think about Windrock Park. Is 75,000 acres, just as a comparison. This park, Field and Forest, you can walk from the campground to the property line in probably 15 minutes, or drive it in 15 hours. That's kind of the best way to put it. It is completely insane. You saw in the first video, you saw how, it's called Field and Forest. There's a big field, there's forest around it. You drive over the field. As soon as you cross the tree line, like 3 trees in, you are in trouble. You are in deep trouble immediately. So it is just, I can't speak good enough about this place, and I want this place to be on the map more. I want people to talk about it. I want people to spend their weekends there. I want people to travel from far to go there and completely get their butt handed to them, and in a good way. And it's scenic. It's so scenic. It's so beautiful. It's a cute little town, not too far from it. Keene is a college town, bunch of restaurants, auto parts stores, everything you need, hotels, fantastic. Flat Off Road, thanks for the donation, thanks for the killer content. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Again, quick reminder, we still got a giveaway going on for this live stream here, consisting of, I'm starting on the bottom this time, power tank koozie that snaps around, or whatever you use it for. I always have it around my roll cage, so I always have a koozie with me. This thing snaps around it perfectly. Really, really practical. Then we got a power tank t-shirt. That's the back. That's the front. Then we got a 24 Hallenbeck shirt, the shirt that I'm wearing. And that's the back side. That's the front side. A B.F. Goodrich 2 bandana, scarf, buff, whatever you want to call it. Sun protection, dust breather, whatever. And one of the very, very last Jeepster McJeepface B.F. Goodrich tires, flex rocks and rollovers, posters, signed if you want it signed. If not, I'll send it to you the way it is. So all this is in the pot, up for grabs for anyone that puts something into the donation in the super chat here tonight. Within, let's say, the next 10 minutes, then I have to cut it off and start writing down names and picking a winner. So there's that. We still got a bunch of people in the live chat. People's joining. Adam Pfeiffer, oh, that one dude. Great to have you on here, my friend. I gotta get out there and see what the hype's all about. You do. And trust me, like, we really, really do give our very, very best to make Hallenbach as exciting as possible, but I'm telling you, it won't do it justice. It will not do it justice. Any of the guys at Wheelhard know that. Video never does. Our team already really tries. We really, really try. But being there in person is always a different story, and obviously if you're there by yourself in a small group without a camera crew, you can see way more than what we saw. Corey Williamson, thanks for your donation as well, sir. Appreciate it. You will need a dust mask at KOH. Yes, sir, I will. All right. So, Hallenbach, episode 1, check. Behind the scenes footage, check. Little bit of a teaser for next episode, check. Now, we're coming to the end of this live stream, and I think I can drop the bomb on you guys. I don't know, you probably won't be as excited about this news as I am. For me, a dream is coming true, like 1,000%. Something that I've dreamed of for 10 plus years. I'm just going to say it now. I am co-racing King of the Hammers next year with John Grounds and Proving Grounds Racing in the 4,400 class, in the big boy class, in the big race, the official King of the Hammers race. Next year, and beginning of February, I will be in Johnson Valley in the passenger seat of a race car, and we will be tackling the big race, King of the Hammers, and I will obviously try to capture my experience as good as I can, everything. Like, I'm planning on flying out to Phoenix and covering basically the whole craziness of what goes into getting the car ready, like the crunch time moment basically, then drive out with the crew, get the car ready, get the pit set up, and then obviously pre-running desert, pre-running rocks. I want to learn race recovery, race rigging. I already talked to Justin with Factor 55. I want a 101 session on how to really efficiently get a race car through the rocks if it comes down to winching. And I want to teach as much of what I learned to you guys there as well. And I'm going to be cameraed up while I'm in the passenger seat. I want to give you guys the full experience as good as I can. I'm honestly glad that I'm not racing in my on the first time. I get to experience it from the passenger seat, but still get just as beat up. And I'm the guy that runs out, pulls winch lines, or fixes a tire, or fixes whatever. And we gotta finish this thing, and I'm all in, guys. I am all in. I am so freaking excited about this opportunity. And for those, John Grounds is a super, super cool cat, a great friend of ours. And you guys have probably seen him. He was Trailminator Trail Rides was his first appearance in Moab. So Trailminator Trail Rides on our YouTube channel, he was in there in his Ultra 4 car. Then he did 24 Hell and Back with us in Arizona, the Ultra 4 car at the Arizona Hell and Back. That's him. And then we also went on a little excursion during last year's King of the Hammers. So I have another video on the channel where me and him just bombed through the lake bed, and I show his pits and all that. Obviously, last year, no clue this would ever be possible, that I could one day ride with him. And he podiumed. Like, he is one of the top guys. Like, he has a Miller chassis car. Here, let me guys show you what I am talking about. If you guys don't know him, John Grounds, Proving Grounds Racing, mwah, absolutely killer. Let me show. I have a little picture folder prepared here, so let's change up the screen one more time. Boom. So let's start with Hell and Back. So Hell and Back, I mean, I guarantee you guys, like most of the people that are on here, have probably watched Hell and Back Arizona. So I'm talking about this dude right here, this freaking car. Car looks a little different right now. Different sponsors, different color scheme and whatnot, but Miller Motorsport car, nasty big LS motor in it. I'm going to go through the details of the car at a later point. We're probably going to invite him over to the live chat next week, and maybe he's going to turn his camera on his end. We're going to show the race car. He's going to talk about the race car. We're going to talk about the program, talk about our plans, and all of this stuff. So I'm super, super pumped. And it's one of the top dudes. It's one of the top cars, one of the top dudes. I am so freaking excited. This is a super competitive car. John has been racing for years and years and years. He put this thing through Moab, through Pritchard Canyon. He put this thing through Hell and Back in Arizona. Gnarly rock crawling trails. The dude can drive, and he is not afraid of the skinny pedal whatsoever. So, this is him in his car. He is him almost on his roof during Hell and Back. Absolutely insane what he does to this car. And then we also have some KOH photos from him from last year here, hauling the mail through the desert, going over 120 miles an hour over the lake bed. Absolutely insane. This thing is rowdy. She crawls. Brendan and I will be there in 2024. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Let me know who is there 2023. Who am I going to see there? Because I want to know from you guys. Whoever's coming out for KOH 2023, I'll be in the car. I'll be racing. So whatever support we can get from you guys that are there, that are watching the race when it comes to filming, we're going to make it worth your while if you catch us and we can get your footage. We'll be putting together a package for every single person that sends us footage of us racing afterwards, so we can make a killer video for you guys out there. And I will give my absolute best to really transport that experience over to you guys and show you the stress, the hustle, the problems, the nightmares that we go through to make this happen. So this will be stellar. Never Wheel Alone. Hell yeah. I like your name, my friend. That's a good name. Alan will be there. Hell yeah. Alicia and Mac. Yes. Awesome. That's cool to know. I didn't know you guys were going again. I'll be there. Definitely chase you down and say, hey, Crush Dog 58. Awesome. Very cool to know. Good to hear. Good to hear that, yeah, the more guys are coming, the better. Obviously, Proving Grounds Racing is the team we're racing for, or that's John's team. He's John Grounds, Proving Grounds Racing. So, right there in Hammertown set up, big setup. It's hard to miss. You'll see it. I'll be the entire week, so it will be easy to track down. The car is black and yellow at this point. Should still be black and yellow then. Here's a picture of us where he just took me for a ride on the lake bed. This is, but yeah, this will be a similar setup next year. Down and Dirty Off-Road, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Cole will be there if MFFJK, guys. This is another thing that I'm so excited for. Josh Webster, Cole Miller, you remember from the 2020 Hell and Back and from the very first Rain or Rocks, the big black JK on 42s. He's currently getting rebuilt by my buddy Mikey Grubb, and that will be one of the most insane JKs on this planet. And I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to hopefully make a walk around and be the first guy to get in front of the camera and show that thing to you guys. So also, apparently it'll get unveiled at KOH. So super pumped about that as well. Yeah, so much to that. That's the big news of the day. Something that, I've been looking forward to. Something that I've been dreaming of for a very, very long time. I've been to several King of the Hammers at this point, 3 or 4, I would say. Yes, 3 or 4. And always as a spectator, and now for the first time ever, I'm part of the race. And I'm not like, not to play down or downplay any of the other classes, but I'm in the big boy race. We are racing 4400 class King of the Hammers in a competitive car with a guy that's been on the podium that is in it to win it. And I can't freaking wait. This is going to be good. And I will try to capture this as good as I can. I'll bring a cameraman with me, so it won't be just me. It will be me plus a cameraman, so we can get even better footage. And we will deck out the car with cameras, inside, outside, everything. And it'll be a priority for me as well to film. But obviously, I'll be navigating. I'll be calling out bumps, rocks, obstacles, potential danger points, all that stuff. I'll be in charge of recovery, first one to get out, and if whatever happens. And I'm super motivated, and I will do whatever it takes to help John to win this race. So hyped for you, Marvin. Thank you, Leah. Appreciate it. Next year sounds so far away. It's 6 weeks away. Yeah, don't even say that. Oh my God, 6 weeks, and we're in 2023. That is like we're in the future. Like, that sounds so crazy. Stoked for you. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Thank you, guys. All right. So, last call out for the swag package. Again, 24 Hell and Back shirt. Power Tank shirt, BFG dust mask bandana, Power Tank koozie, and one of the very, very last Jeepster McJeepface BFG Flex Rocks and Rollerverse posters in existence, with my signature optionally if you want it. And I am gonna start to get to write everybody down that has donated something. Again, while I'm doing this is your last chance. Once I start on the bottom of the list of whoever has donated, work my way up. By the time we made it to the top, I will cut it off. So this is your last chance. Again, even a 1 penny donation will get you entered into the giveaway, and this will be yours. All you need to do afterwards, stay on here until I announce the winner, which I'm working on now, and then reach out to us. Once I announce your name, reach out to us in any way or fashion, social media, email, or whatever else, through our website, whatever way you can find. Reach out to us with your name, proof of that your YouTube account is you, and address, and that is it. Thank you, Never Wheel Alone. Thanks for your donation. Appreciate it. All right. While this is going on, instead of you guys having to watch me, I can still talk and whatnot, but let's see if we can put on here. We'll put on the video of John and me talking to John from last year, so you guys have something to watch. In the meantime, reaction. There we go. Bam. Oh, Eric Rivas. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. You are in it. You are entered to the giveaway. All right.
2022.
This is it. So, while you guys are... I hope we can even... Yes, it should be possible. Let me see if I think I can open a new window. Bam. Move that over to my other screen. and leave this play for
King
you
of the
guys.
Hammers. Today we're visiting Fly Off-Road
All right.
and join John Grounds on a little photo shooting and then get a little bit of insights about his King of the Hammers so far.
I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles. Shit, I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. All of those dark nights I got there.
God, I'm so excited. If I see this, I get goosebumps already.
Welcome to the life of Ultra 4 Racing.
Oh my God.
And John is just the coolest cat. Like, he is the dude. Like, oh man.
Here in Hammertown.
See you again.
Bad Rubicon, thank you for your donation as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, Justin Freak, you're the first one. No, JP, Jeepin' Dude, you're the first guy to get entered.
You got 2 cars out. Let's go inside. I want to see some cars.
Come on in, man.
So this is your pit.
We got our garage. It's a 20 by 50 where we have all 3 of our cars. We have the 4415, which is our unlimited class. Is what most of you guys might have saw on the Hell and Back. We have our 4570, which is a brand new build. I've been racing it for probably 6-7 years now. We finally just went full slate, LS7, Turbo 400, rebuilt the whole front end, new axles, everything. So it's a clean, fresh build for this season at Ultra 4. And man, we've been out here for a week now, pre-running, testing, shock tuning with Fox. It's been a heck of a week.
I bet, man, I bet. Yeah, just the fact that you were able to ride this thing, you know, to the canyons of Arizona. And now you're on the lake bed competing in it. It's the
Thank
same
you,
car,
Alex.
guys.
I appreciate you as
Nothing really
well.
has changed other than
Thank
maintenance,
you.
really,
You're
right?
also still in the giveaway.
It's a full prep job. After we did the Hell and Back with Flex Rocks and Rollovers, you guys, we completely stripped the car down. All the suspension, all of the trans, everything went out to get serviced. The trans,
Guys, you have no idea what goes into racing in the Hammers. The work that these guys go through is insane.
Did the third, I mean, just
But we'll cover all that as well.
People have no idea what goes into racing.
And it's not just for KOH. We do this every single race.
How many people you got working for you here? How many people are part of your crew?
You know, every day out here at KOH, more and more people show up.
Yeah.
I think at race day come Friday for 45, we have over 25 people here helping support the program.
Yeah, it's a team effort at the end of the day to make this happen and to get you to the finish line, man. Are you pitting yourself?
Thank you, Corey. Thank you, my friend.
Out? So while the race is going, what are you doing there?
So we do schedule with BFG pits in the BFG garage to where during race day we use them for main pit for all of our fueling and if there's any issues after the desert lap. And then we do 3 laps in our 44, so we're gonna actually fuel twice with them after lap 1 and lap 2. At remote pit 2, we're gonna use BFG at their pit there so our guys can split up. So where we have pit 1, some guys at 2 with BFG and some guys at main pit being able to communicate when our cars are coming back and forth.
That's wild, dude. And then you told me, so this is a 4400 car, this one over here is a 4500 car. Tell us the differences really quick.
Realistically, on a 4400 car, anything goes. Any tire size, any motor.
It's so to say the unlimited class,
Unlimited.
right?
It is run what you brung. You know, for us, we stick to tried and true LS7s because we can get the horsepower out of it, we get the longevity, and you know, realistically, they're predictable. We run 40-inch BFG stickies on our 44 car, while on our 45 we have to run a DOT tire. So we run the crawlers from BF Goodrich on our 45.
The blue label.
Correct. Correct. All of our cars are commed the same with rugged radios. At night for us, we're going to be on 3 laps, so we're probably going to be coming in the dark. So we use KC highlights for all of our lighting on both cars, just so that way we know exactly where we're going and we can see during the night.
How has your KOH been so far? Any problems you ran into? Any bugs you had to work out on the new car, on the old car?
There's always something. If there wasn't something, I'd be nervous.
Yeah.
Some power steering issues that we've been running into on our new build, just trying to cycle some of the air pockets and some of the cavitation with the new system that we've had. Haven't had a lot of time to run it before we built it. We literally finished it the second night out here on the lake bed. With this one, on the 45, got into the rocks. I think we got to end up changing out a drive shaft before race day, but other than that, man, these cars have been running awesome through the rocks and took the desert like a
Guys, this video is actually really cool. We show obviously not just talking, but then also actual racing. We show us chasing into the desert, him finishing and whatnot. So if you guys want to watch this video, it's called the fastest I've ever been off-road. So I can totally recommend go back into our video library, check out this video, watch it in full. And but now it's time to find our winner of today's giveaway.